A lot of our training was not done on the computer, because the computer at this stage was actually being installed in the unit, and we had to rely on calculators. This was the manual calculators, because you must remember that at this period of time, around about the late 60s, 1961, hand calculators hadn't even been invented. If you're of my vintage, then you may be able to visualize the pardon me, handheld calculators. They were very much like a London clippy or a bus conductor who used to wind the handle back and forward and issue the tickets. Well, those handheld calculators, you used to do 2 turns forward, 1 back, set the key, and this is how it went on and on. I would love to be able to see one again, so perhaps I might visit one of the science museums and hope they'll be there. The big day arrived, and the brand new computer was commissioned. It was absolutely ginormous. It would take up 2 rooms in a fully air-conditioned environment. We were all freezing, and that was perfectly happy working in this. Valves flickering everywhere. We didn't have discs or anything like that. What we did have was a mag film backup. It was sort of celluloid type tape, but it was actually film. And that was our backup storage. And this was also ginormous. So we started using the machine in earnest to develop certain aspects of air traffic control. And the biggest problem in air traffic control, it's still the same today, and it's basically conflict prediction followed by conflict resolution. Now, the prediction is reasonably easy, and you've got to visualize a series of aircraft, or an aircraft flying in a box within certain physical dimensions, albeit it's actually flying in the sky, but this is the best way to see the thing. And whenever another aircraft approached or penetrated the box, then that was, if you like, conflict. That was a conflict, and that conflict had to be resolved. So this is how the thing was built up, and of course, because we were using the machine code language of this particular machine, it was an Elliott 502 computer, which, once again, it would be nice to think it was in some science museum, because this was a gem, a work of art. That is and still is the basis of air traffic control: prediction and resolution. Not always easy, but on the other hand, some of the clowns that I worked in air traffic control, I probably trust much more a machine than my guy sitting next door to me. That's another story. One of the hardest parts of telling this story is that, because I'm actually reminiscing, you hit upon or an image flashes up or flashes through your head, this takes you down another road. So please forgive me if I'm even more papillon and quixote, going back and forward, because as I said, it's surprisingly difficult, because you're talking about a period of time now which is approaching almost 50 years. Please, a little bit of understanding. Thank you very much. For all those people who may be watching who think, oh God, computers, don't understand it, they can't even work a TV control or what have you, just think, 50 odd years. So if you're of my vintage, then you were a young man or woman when all those things started to come in. So if you don't know how to work it now, mate, you never will. Tempest fusion and all that jazz, and being accompanied by the blackbird sitting on the the roof at the present moment. It looks very much as if I have exceeded the YouTube 10-minute rule, so I can only hope that I'll be able to edit and break this down into something workable. If not, then we'll go into part 1, part 2, part 3, whatever. It depends on the response I get after part 1. Ain't much sense in doing it if nobody is going to watch it. Anyway, nice to speak to you guys. See you all later. Bye for now.